Good evening. Welcome to the OG show. Myself, Big Gunner, and my co-host. Introduce yourself.
Man, like realistic gunner, Laurie up in the building. Salute to everyone locked in right now.
Thank you, Laurie, man. How you doing today, bro?
Yeah, good, man, good. On a good vibe, considering that we're hitting a good frame of form at the
Yeah,
moment. Got a new signing in today, so that should bring a bit more of a buzz around the team as well. But that's
yeah,
something we're discussing throughout the show. So
definitely. All right, before we get started, though, people, yeah, trust me. So, guys, please, before we start, hit the channel. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Me and Laurie are going to be here every week, 8:30, talking about Arsenal. Um, we're just excited, man. We're buzzing to be doing this because, like, it's something that we've both wanted to do for a long time, but now we've finally got it done, and we just hope to just keep bringing you content, man. Um, so Laurie, the recent run of form, like, how's it made you feel? Are you gassed? Are you just still trying to? Are you going to be one of those guys that like, oh, we're winning, but we still got to be careful. Like, what's your thoughts? What's your feelings right now?
for me, what I like about what's going on right now is that I said it on the weekend, a show that was on over the weekend. The one
Yeah,
thing I want from the rest of the season, although there was the disappointment of going out of the FA Cup, was stability.
yeah,
So it is good and encouraging to see that we can put a run of form together. Now
yeah,
what I want to see is a fixed team that we know that we can rely on. So our strongest 11, hopefully getting fit at the same time so that they can play and gel together. And then whatever happens in the summer, we can look at who's going to come in at the summer and then who we integrate into the team for
yeah.
them to gel together. Because what we've got to take into consideration is we've got the Euros happening. So if we're getting players from the European leagues and that
Yeah.
are European internationals, they're not going to get the full period of integrating into the team.
Hmm.
Whereas if we know who's coming in, then that kind of makes it a little bit easier. But
Yeah.
in terms of the form that we're in right now, we're the second best team in the league based on current form.
On
Only Man
current
City
form,
have
yeah.
better form than us. So that's something that is encouraging. Whilst me myself personally, I haven't been at Arteta in person. At the same time, he's working with what he's got.
Hmm.
You can't expect anyone that has a team that inherits a team like that they're gonna perform miracles. But I would say we're kind of at the level we should be, but at the same
Yeah.
time, some of those losses, if they were turned into wins, then definitely we'll be in the mix right now. But overall, I am happy with where we're at in terms of the form we're in. That it's got to be encouraging for people that aren't encouraged by the form we're in right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with them.
So, Laurie, you said a minute ago that you're Arteta out. What's your reasoning for that? Like, what's the rationale?
It's just the experience, really, more than
Yeah.
anything. Just getting someone in with experience.
Hmm.
Whilst it feels like it's too big a job for him, he is at present on present form. He is proving everyone wrong. But as I said,
Yeah.
it's a case: can he keep that up, and can we keep that consistency going? And it depends again on who comes in and what additions we get to the squad.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I've always been Arteta in, so I'm just a firm believer about backing the team, backing the manager, no matter who it is. Um, Obviously the position that we are in the league isn't great. What you hope to see is progression from the season before. At the moment, on current form, in current position, we're not when we haven't improved. We're sort of still the same. But I always say whoever came in after Arsene Wenger and Emery, they had a massive job to do. You've got like 15, 20 years of rubbish, like of mentality. You've got to switch up the mentality, and that's what he's trying to do. He's got rid of players. He's starting to get rid of players. Obviously, we're not happy that they're getting rid of them for free, but at the same time, we're getting rid of them, and we haven't done that ever. Like from since I've been an Arsenal fan, I can't remember a time when we've just got rid of players that were surplus to requirements. Are you happy that we're starting to get rid of these players now?
Yeah, of course, of course. The thinner the squad in terms of the
Yeah.
squad trimmed down, the better it is, and the more
Mhm.
encouraging it is for who we can actually get in to make us a better team and to get Arsenal
Yeah.
becoming great again. So, whilst we're not getting the best out of it in terms of, as you said, letting players go for free, if that's what
Hmm.
you got to do to make your squad get better and for bigger things to come in the future, then I'll take that on the chin.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if we're going to discuss it throughout the show, but I think the signing of Garlic will definitely show
Yeah.
Garlic coming in because he's got that Premier League experience.
Hmm.
From I know they're not the greatest team, and obviously running the Premiership itself. Um, Hopefully, we can see changes coming into the team, and I've got a feeling he's one of the people that's implemented some of the things that are going on at the moment because
Yeah.
don't you find it very convenient that he gets announced as he's coming into the team, to the club, sorry, and you find all these players that we couldn't get rid of in the summer are starting to go in January. Now, had
Yeah.
he signed, it could have been a case of that we would have still been holding on to them until
Hmm.
the summer and just releasing them for free then. So I
Yeah.
think he's having some input in there at the moment. So when he's in full time and he can actually commit to us, we may
Yeah.
see a difference coming to the
Yeah,
team.
I think that's probably a bit what the bank loan was. The money that we borrowed was probably to help pay off some of these players. I know we've got to pay it back in May. Yeah, May is it, or at the end of March, one of the two. Um, so it's got to be paid back. But I think that's what we're sort of using the money for. I've got a comment here. Recent form is good. Pray it continues. Know that there is a dip around the corner with some of these scrubs. Glad we're playing well. Happy for the balance in form. Next 5 games are must wins. Um, I agree and disagree. I think Man United is a free hit. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose because we'll just say it's because we're playing a team at the top of the league. If we draw, it's also a good victory. But I say that the most important game is the Wolves game after Man United.
Okay,
Because if we beat Man United, then we have to beat Wolves. Beating Man United doesn't mean nothing. Exactly what happened the last time we beat Man United. We then went and drew or lost the game straight after. So kind of beating Man United was pointless. Even if you lose against Man United or draw, then you pick yourself up by going and beating Wolves. So I think the games that are directly after the Man United game are more important. We need to be getting a result against Wolves and the games after. So obviously we've brought in a couple signings, Matt Ryan and Odegaard. Do you know anything about either of the two?
I know a little bit about Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
Uh, he seemed to have a fetish for ex-Man City players. I know he was. I know he didn't get into the team, but
yeah,
he have a fetish for the fringe players because I know he was there before he went to Brighton. But
yeah,
to be fair, no fault of his own. It is an upgrade on what we had in Runnison for backup, and the
yeah,
fact that it's known that makes it quite smart. So it gives us the opportunity that come the summer we can actually take our time and get a proper backup keeper for what we're looking for.
yeah. I
So
mean, like you say, man, we know he's got Premiership experience, so it's a lot better than if Leno something did happen to Leno and then you have to play Runnison, which gosh, like the games he has played, I don't think he's made any. I can't remember a good save he's made in any of those games, which is a bit worrying. So and obviously he cost. Not I wouldn't say he cost us the game against Man City in the cup, but he had a big part to play with the goal that he let in. The lineup yesterday versus Southampton, strong lineup. How is it going to drop Pepe and Emil Smith Rowe when Uber and Odegaard is ready? It's about rotation, man. I mean, Odegaard should be better than Emil Smith Rowe because he's older. He's got more first team experience. So I think those two are gonna sort of share game time.
yeah,
Aubameyang is Aubameyang, so he's the captain as well. So he might just go straight back in them. But at the same time, he has been dropped this season, So I don't think it's that much. I don't think Arteta cares that much. If he has to drop him, Pepe just needs to keep doing this now. He's played half decent against Southampton in a cup match, and probably one of the better players yesterday. So he just needs to carry the form into the next few matches, because that's when it's going to really matter. You know, we're playing Man United and Wolves in the next game, so we need to. You know, he needs to be on form, because if he's not, he's going to find himself out of the team, and that's not what we want. Yo, bits and bobs in the building. That's my dog there. You know, that agent bits and bobs is about today.
Sorry,
Barga,
sorry. Just break up that a bit. Bits, how's it feel to be losing to the bottom team at the moment? I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, they're losing.
Oh man, oh Bobs, man's coming in shouting them mad ones when these teams losing.
Anyway,
yeah, no, that's a mad segue though. You know, Man United are gonna win it, but yeah, that's mad. Let's see what he says.
They're back too.
Well, Gav, should we expect to see Mr. Lara once a week, similar to Troops, given the ham roll of the week? Don't know what that means, boy.
I think it's when Troops used to rate certain players and a player that didn't have perform.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that. I think it's something along them lines, but
okay,
it's something we can consider. But
yeah, Arsenal are back. That's all I care about. My team's back, man. Clip it if you want to clip it. My team are back. Big up both of you. Wish you the best. Good luck with this Wednesday tradition. Yeah, thank you so much, man. You're always there supporting when I'm going live. So hopefully you can ride with us every Wednesday, man. 8:30.
Yeah, we got a bomb. We're dropping something later, yeah.
Yeah, we got more things to drop in it. So stay tuned. Must beat Manchester United and Wolves. Chelsea are now above us with a draw today. Where we are on the table is very tight. Yeah, I mean, as I said yesterday, everyone was like, "Oh, Aston Villa." I was like, Aston Villa are going to drop points, but just because they're so far behind in terms of amount of games they've played, they're gonna have to squash all those games into one in a short space of time, and they don't have the squad to rotate. So there's going to be we're going to drop points. Everyone's going to drop points from now to the end of the season. So yeah, we just have to roll with it, man. We have to roll with it and see where we get. Definitely. So now we're going to you got him, Larry.
No, I was just saying it's definitely how you bounce back. But
yeah,
although we haven't played the greatest in some of the games, when we have, if we've drawn, we haven't like crumbled.
Yeah,
that's the problem that we've had. The discipline and the mentality has got stronger. So we are. This is one step at a time.
Yeah, that's one of the things he wanted to change was the mentality. He wanted a winning mentality, and I think Arsenal's mentality for the last 15, 20 years has to be to finish fourth. And I honestly don't believe Arteta just wants to finish fourth. I think he wants to win trophies. So I think that's what I'm seeing in him. And I think that's what we've seen in the last few games. So hopefully we could carry it on. So let's talk about the star boy Saka. How impressed are you with Saka, Larry?
You know what I like about Saka, and I'm not sure if a lot of people notice this as well. With Saka, for his age, very young, he's still quite raw in some areas, but for any time he has a bad game, he doesn't let it affect his form. If you notice that, he'll have a bad game, he'll have a stinker, he'll sit back, dust himself off, come back, and then the next game or two, he'll have a blinder. That's the encouraging thing about him. He's not. For some people, they could have a bad game and go into the abyss. And we know we've had players like that in the past that have come up from the youth academy. If you look at they weren't English, but if you look at some of the Spanish players, the one that came in after what's his name? Fabregas. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
From Merida, we had Marida, we've had David Bentley, Jermaine Pennant, all these people, you know, that we thought were going to be the next big thing.
Bad game. They just haven't recovered from it. Yeah. And that's why Saka, you can see he separates himself from the others in the sense that, like I said, he'll have a bad game, come back and then do what he does. He's always trying no matter what position you put him in, he puts his heart and soul into the team,
Yeah.
and you can tell that he's playing for that badge. So
Mhm.
whatever's happening in Hale End, we have to big up Hale End for what's coming through at the moment, because
Yeah, 100%.
that chance, and he's grabbed it with both hands. Because, like I said, although we've named one or two players, it's not hard to transition from playing under 18, under 23s into
Yeah.
coming into the Premier League, playing with men week in, week out, playing in Europe, playing competitive matches, and playing for more than just pride.
Yeah, no, I
So
totally understand that, man.
yeah, he's doing everything that he should be doing. And I mean, I know people say Tierney should be the captain, but he's someone that you can look to for that leadership skill as well with his young age.
Yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't,
no, I totally agree.
I wouldn't make him a captain, but you can see he's got leadership skills in him.
Yeah. No, that's more. And yesterday he got an assist and he got a goal. Lacazette set him up for his goal. Keeper came rushing out. He just went around the keeper, slotted it home. Good finish. And then again for Lacazette's goal, he just burst into the box. Great ball in from Cedric. First time cross, and Lacazette just tucked it in. So he's got that techers, man. For someone, like you say, for someone so young, he plays like he's, like he's been playing football for like 20 years. Like he's a seasoned Premiership player. So he's only going to get better. So that's what the great thing for us is, and probably what the worrying thing is for some of the other players in the Premiership, some of the other teams, that Saka is only going to get better. And yeah, it's great. It's just great that he's over, man.
Yeah, what I'm glad about as well is that we tied him down to that long-term contract.
Yeah,
Because it was a worry. We who knows where we would be right now if he didn't sign it. But I'm a person. I'm a firm believer in looking forward. I don't like to think of if, buts, and maybes and
yeah,
still on the path. So the fact that we tied him down for a long time, he is someone, along with a few of the others that we know are in the team, that are
yeah.
definitely showing that there is a bright future for Arsenal.
Mm-hmm. Agree. Let's get on to the other star boy, Emil Smith Rowe. Have you been impressed with him?
Yeah, again, he's another one I've been impressed with. He's not someone that let the past and let his bad loan spells and his injury problems, he didn't let them affect him as well. Again, you can see there's something, I don't know, there's something in Hale End.
Yeah,
There's something
something in the
in the
water.
Hale End. Definitely, because again, there's players we've had in the past that have been in the same situation, but the injuries, and we just thought, nah, go.
Yeah,
We just let them go on a cheap, and it hasn't really come back to haunt us. Whilst they've been established Premier League or Championship players, it hasn't come back to haunt us. But when you think about what he's doing for the team right now and the boost that he's brought into the team, yes, it's going to be good that Odegaard is going to bring healthy competition for him, because again, he's another player I can only see getting better.
yeah.
And if you've watched him behind the scenes, again, he's someone that's Arsenal through and through in terms of his love for the club. And if we had more players like that, because that's the problem with not just Arsenal, a lot of clubs in general, you don't have the local lads that love the club and breathe, sweat, and want to die for the club. You just get players that are coming for their wage, and
Yeah.
they don't really truly understand the true culture and the history of Arsenal as a club.
No, yeah, no, I totally agree, man. And to be fair, like a lot of people have been calling for him for a while. A gal was calling for him for a while, and I kept saying, I don't know, I haven't seen enough. Kesh was calling for him for a while, and again, I was like, no, I don't know, Kesh, man. Like, I haven't seen enough of him. So it's been a pleasant surprise, to be honest. I didn't think he was going to hit the ground running like this, but he's obviously someone that we've needed to play for a while, the sort of player that we have needed. Not so much just for what he does on the ball, but what he does off the ball. He sets the tempo, man. Like yesterday, we was playing quite a good press, and it was all starting from him and Lacazette. So
It's a breath of fresh air.
it's a breath of fresh air, man. He did run out of steam, which is unexpectable. Someone who hasn't played too many games at this top level, so he's still coming to terms with that. And obviously, he's going to have dips in form as well because he's just a young player. But man, like I've been so surprised the way he gets in between the lines, the way he tries to make things happen all the time. He's not scared. You know, we've got players that are on money like Willian and people like that, and they're just not performing. And then we've got these youngsters coming in and now showing them up. So hopefully that then helps, or not helps. It shouldn't help them, but hopefully that makes them the senior players buck up their ideas, because they're not going to get in the team if they carry on playing the way they're playing. Yes, brother. Big up. Good luck with the channel. Thank you so much, Jason. I see that you subscribed today, so we appreciate that so much, man.
That's my long time friend, Jason. I've known him for a long time. Go back to he's like a big brother to me, man.
Yeah.
Arsenal through as well. Cheering us on.
Love that, Jason, man. Thank you so much for coming on and rolling with us, man. So yeah, yesterday's game, it was a good game, you know, to be fair. For the neutrals, it was end to end for large parts. There was times where we were under the cosh. There were some times when we were on top. There was but it was a good game, and it reminded me of when Arteta first came in and he started us pressing from the top. But that seemed to die out once the season finished, and he went into last season finished and came into this season. Like, we stopped pressing, we stopped playing with intensity. I mean, we could have scored in the first 40 seconds, you know. Xhaka intercepted the ball, played it through to Lacazette. Don't know if he was cold or just Lacazette in general, but he should have scored one-on-one with the keeper. The keeper pulled off a little save, but we could have scored within a minute, and then they've gone down the other end about 2 minutes later, and then they've scored. And I mean, it's encouraging because usually when we go one down, like, you don't expect us to get back into the game. I think we've got one of the worst for coming back, one of the worst points for coming back, and actually the worst points for being in a winning position and losing the game. So it didn't, it was just like, you always had in the back of your mind they could pull away and win, and you just thought the players might shy away, but they didn't. So that was encouraging signs. Yeah, from what you saw, did you enjoy yesterday's performance? Are you happy that we won? Obviously, you're happy that we won that game, but by 3-1, considering what happened to us on the weekend against them, it was sort of 9 days, like, the difference.
What I like, as I said, touched on a bit earlier, is the playing without fear. Yes, we'll concede chances, and yes, teams can get onto us if they pressure us, but you can see that the fear is not there, and the momentum at the moment is so good that the bounce back that we had yesterday was remarkable. And Lacazette, before Lacazette got into form, we know that his head would have been down for the rest of the game, and his body language would have shown otherwise. But the fact that you could see whatever they're doing in training, him, Saka, and Emil Smith Rowe, is starting to be implemented in the matches, and that showed in the game. And again, it was encouraging to see some of the players that we didn't expect to shine or expect to come back in to the team are doing a job as well. Cedric, who would have thought?
Yeah,
we know Southampton well, but who would have thought he would have had a game like that? And I know, no disrespect to Newcastle, but the game he had at Newcastle, the game he had now, he's a player that, yes, while we didn't expect too much from him, he's actually performing better than we've anticipated right now, and he's someone that should be in the team based on the form that he's in. Leno as well, I feel, is another one that, yes, again, as I said, I'm not someone that likes to stick on the pass. All this Leno Martinez debate, Martinez is better than look at what Leno's doing. Leno needs a bit more in his name, because yes, some games he's quiet, but Leno has someone's told him stop punching the ball. So have you noticed he's catching the ball?
He's trying to catch now, isn't he?
He's getting better, and his ability to sort of the ball playing thing, we can see it's not working. If it does work, eventually it will work, but because this ball playing, I hate this kick to someone and see what happens. That's the kind of thing we used to do in primary school, man.
Yeah.
I would secondary school, you just kick it to the first person and hope for the best. Even when I go to the park and play football with the kids there and that's the kind of football you play. You just give it to the nearest person and for the best.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, we was trying to play out the back and it nearly David Luiz, 3 times gave the ball to them and they could have scored 3 times from the same thing. So as much as we like to see it, sometimes just pump it long, man. Have you been impressed with Xhaka recently?
He's someone again that divides fans, and I don't know. I think he can see that put my teeth back in. I think what it is with Xhaka right now, he realizes his place is under threat.
Massively.
There's no person he'll be there in the summer, so I don't know. It seems like we're starting to get the Swiss Xhaka, because the Xhaka that plays for Switzerland is not the Xhaka that plays for Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's just so confusing. But I mean, he's done what he's done. He's apologized half-heartedly. But based on what we've got in the team at the moment, he is someone that I feel more at ease with him in the team, as much as mistakes as he makes. And has to iron out his own mistakes. I feel more comfortable with him in the team than I do with El Neni, because El Neni was someone that never made it. I don't know why we picked him. We're literally keeping him for squad depth, but I'm not going to slate him too much. It's not really his fault that he's not the player that anyone actually expected. When you buy cheap, in terms of us, when you're buying cheap, you expect cheap. But based on yesterday's game, he did have a good game. And he's someone that, if he could have done it all the time with us overall, then I'm not saying he'd be put down as a legend, but he would have a bit more of a fan base than he has now. He's one that does definitely divide fans.
I mean, the best game I've seen El Neni play was definitely against Man United.
I'm talking about Xhaka. Xhaka's one that divides fans.
Oh yeah, Xhaka's always going to divide fans because
he's I wouldn't say he's undroppable, but he can see again what you were saying with Arteta. Arteta's looking at certain players in the team and they're like, you can't just walk into the team and expect to be picked week in, week out. I mean, the Willian thing we can't help, but now you can see he's dropped Willian. Willian's coming in off of the bench and he's not doing anything still to justify himself being signed by us. But we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. And like I alluded to earlier, I think that a lot of it has to do, we'll see a lot of difference with Garlic in there. Garlic, you can see, is someone that ain't going to be messing around, because I know, as I said, I mentioned it earlier, but I feel that he's had something to do with the releases of Ozil, the release of Socrates. But what we've got now, we have to work with what we've got. We've brought some signings in. We're on a rich vein of form. So in terms of yesterday's game, as I said, I like the fact that we was able to bounce back and we didn't get our heads down, because when you go down early, if you noticed Arsenal in the past, if we conceded a goal early, we'd concede it'd take us until like the 85th minute to switch on. We'd probably be 3 or 4-0 down. And then we're like, oh, we better start scoring some goals now.
Yeah. Xhaka get in the bin. Oh, be nice, man. Be nice.
There's a reason I'm realistic and he's big gunner and we're called the old gunners. We're not here to slate and put everyone off. I mean, that's clout chasing as far as I'm concerned. We're honest in our opinion.
They don't care what we say anyway, so there's no point abusing them. They're not going to listen to it. I mean, we were getting with Xhaka. I think the signing of Thomas Partey has obviously gave Saka a bit of a push. He's probably not so worried to make mistakes now because he knows he's got someone behind him that can clean up. So we've seen a lot more forward passes from Xhaka, which we haven't seen for the last 4 or 5 years or however long he's been at Arsenal. So I think Thomas Partey has had a major effect on him, because Partey's first thing is always to look forward once he has the ball. Now we're seeing that rub off on Xhaka, which I didn't think I was ever going to see. I thought he was the sideways king, man. He just loved passing the ball sideways or easy passes. But now he's trying harder passes again. And like you're saying, he's the Xhaka that we see playing for Switzerland. Again,
yesterday,
yeah.
The tactics were right. Whilst some people will sit and dwell on the chances that Southampton didn't take, who cares? At the end of the day, we came away with the 3 points. As I said, we came back from the goal down. I can't remember the last time we've actually won at Southampton. So to do all of that is really encouraging.
Definitely, man. What we're going to get onto is because obviously, I mean, it's a bit hard now because so this is going to be the last show before the transfer window actually closes because it's going to close in 3 days. So the next show is next week. Who do you think is going to stay or go? Who do you want to stay? Who do you want to go? Let's not say who do you want to stay because we would name too many players. But who do you see leaving, or who wouldn't you mind leaving? People going out on loans, people coming in. What do you see?
For me, there's not much I'll get rid of in terms of who's going to want to sign them, but I'd say defense-wise, Mustafi, if we can get him off the books, definitely him. Chambers, I don't see no future for Chambers because we're not in any cups. He might be in the Europa squad, but unless something happens, I can't see him getting into the team. So, and to be fair, he's always been. It's not his fault he had the major injury, but he's always been someone that's been in and out of the side. We've never been able to find his best position. We've never been able to find his strength. So he's someone that because he's English, the price tag automatically goes up. So I think we few quid for him. If we was to get him out, I would rather sell him than loan him. But yeah, he's definitely one. Runnison needs a loan because let's face it, he will be here until he's released at the worst. Once his contract is up. Hector Bellerin, he's been okay, but again, if we want to move forward, he's not someone that will bring the team forward. But I think it's more likely for him to be going in the summer as opposed to now.
No, 100%.
You've got the debate with Maitland-Niles, like why have we kept him? Arteta was so desperate to keep him, but he's still not playing him. So he's one that
that's the one that annoys me. I hate when people do that. Don't keep players to not play them and ruin their career, man. Let them leave. Let them get better. Send them out on loan, but don't just keep them and then not play them. And then when you do play them out of position, it's just not a nice thing to do, man.
And then who else is there? Elneny, in Willock. I don't think he's ever going to be the player we want him to be. So that's another one that I would, if we was going to loan him, which would be the more likely case, put an option in there and then just put a sell on clause or a buyback clause. But I don't think he'll ever get to the level we want him to because he wasn't even the best of the three Willocks that we had on the books when we had all three of them. That's the craziest thing.
So they say, because I mean, right now he's the one that's doing the best. So
that's true, but you never know. But then, I'd say, and then who else is there? Reece Nelson again. He's someone that.
I don't know, man. I've never been impressed with Nelson, so I was
selling him. I've never understood why we've kept him for so long.
Yeah.
He's one of them players again, like when we go back, you look at what's his name? I'm thinking of like players in the past when you had like your Emmanuel Thomas's, that kind of era.
Yeah, Emmanuel Thomas, Jay Simpson, Quincy Owusu, them and there.
Yeah, he's from that. You remember them kind of players where we could see
them and they would be world class for
out the club.
Yeah,
and then I know again it divides fans, but Eddie Nketiah, yes, he's a poacher, but
that's all he is, isn't it?
Oh, he tries, but it's just not for him.
Yeah,
I think
we don't play the game that suits him. So it's a bit of a pointless one. The game's moved on now as well. So unless you're playing 4-4-2 with a big target man that's going to flick the ball down to him, he's not really going to work in our team or most teams. So I think that would be one that we would sell.
And it goes back to what I was saying earlier with because everyone goes on about his record for England under 21s. It's a different level. Under 21s is not the same as full international or even, I would say, championship, League One, League Championship, or Premiership.
Yeah.
You get like a lot of the players, they play for their international club, but that's it. They don't really play for a club. They're part-time. So
yeah,
I wouldn't call them farmers because that's a disrespect, but they're not far off being farmers. So let's be fair.
I heard that.
We going through the whole squad, just to reiterate, it would be Runnison on a loan because we know we can't get him up for now. Chambers, sell. Huffy, sell. El Neni, sell or loan. See what happens. Loan with option to buy, whatever. Reece Nelson and Willock and Eddie Nketiah. That would be mine to be out of the now, and then stick with what we got for the time being. And if we can, get this Balogun thing over the line.
Yeah.
Because that's frustrating. It's very frustrating. We don't know. He would be unproven in the Premier League, but he's shown enough he's shown enough to say that he is a better finisher and he is more natural at linking up the play with the midfield than Eddie Nketiah is.
I mean, but you did say, like you said earlier, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, so he might have a stinky attitude. We just don't know. But my thoughts are, with him, I think he should sign a 2-year contract, take a loan for a year, and prove to us that you should be playing in the first team, because it's all well and good saying you want first team chances, but what have you done to really, really, really prove that you deserve it? So Laurie, we're gonna go into the section where we're gonna reminisce about the good old days. Pick a year.
For the first, you put me on the spot.
I should have told you first, but I've just dropped it on you on a mad one.
Spot, because I'm just trying to think. I've been a Gooner since the 80s, so.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm not revealing that on here.
Nah, you gotta reveal that, man.
Nah, allow me, man.
You gotta reveal that, man.
I'm the same age as the minute we're on right now of the street.
Okay, no, so that's young. That's young, man. That's young. You're still young, man. Everything's cool.
All right. If that's what you want to work with, I can work with
that. So the choice, you have to pick a year between, because obviously the only year, my first Arsenal memories are from 1993. So it's from 1993 to present day. You have to pick a year.
Let's go with 93 because that's when we did the cup double.
Yeah, there we go. And so obviously you've answered the question already. I was gonna say, what was your favorite memory or favorite game from that year, from 1993?
Yeah, definitely the FA Cup final.
Yeah,
because that's when, although the FA Cup is again something that divides people right now, that's something that was very big. All eyes on me, old Wembley, the adrenaline, everything.
Yeah.
So that FA Cup final was crazy as well.
No, I mean, I can't remember the way round now because we played the same team in both cup finals. So we played Sheffield Wednesday in the League Cup final and the FA Cup final. The League Cup final, I believe we had a replay. And Ian Wright scored. I remember the semi-final of the FA Cup. Tony Adams got the winner at Wembley. So I'm going to say, who was your favorite player from 1993? I mean, I don't think we can pick any other one, but one to be fair. But
Who?
Who?
Ian Wright.
Yeah, I mean, he's
When
the reason.
a
I
lot
won't
of
say he's the
people,
reason I support Arsenal because that's a lie. My dad and my auntie, they obviously made me support Arsenal, but he's a major reason that kept me supporting Arsenal.
yeah,
Just a icon, man. The goal celebrations, the actual goals he scored, the personality he had on the pitch. Like Ian Wright was just one of the best footballers that I can
natural.
remember, man. Yeah, that is just so good, man. He was just so good. What's your favorite Ian Wright memory? Not from 1993, just in general.
In general, for me, when he became the record club, can't get my words out again. When he became the record club goal scorer,
Yeah,
because he deserved it. What he used to do for the club, and if you watch highlights and clips of him, if you didn't get to see some of the shows or you saw him live,
yeah,
what he used to just bring to the team, just that natural poaching ability. And it's a
yeah,
shame that England never got to see that because there were so much good strikers at the time. England had a plethora of talent. So it's a shame that he never really got his chance with England as well as
Sheringham. They
Arsenal.
had so many, didn't they?
So I mean, we don't know what he would have done if he was playing for them all the time. But at the same time, we were privileged enough as Arsenal fans to get the best out of him. And for me, until Henry took that away from him, it was something that he deserved
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
earned. And again, he's someone that I have read his autobiography. It was
Hmm.
like a coming of age thing for him. So it was a remarkable achievement for him. So it's something where you're pleased for you're pleased for them because although you might not have been a professional in the sport, you can read his
Yeah,
story and read some of the things, some of the stresses and the struggles that he went through. And for him to be at the top of his game and do that,
I
yeah,
agree.
respect where respect's due.
Yeah, I mean, 1993, Ian Wright was probably the player of the year for most of us. I want to give it to I want to give it to the most random player. I want to give it to Andy Linnigan because he scored the final. He scored the goal that won us the FA Cup final in the replay. It was a bullet header, but the whole thing just seemed like it was moving in slow motion, man.
Yeah.
Um, it's just that was just my first genuine footballing memory that I can fully remember the whole game and everything was that FA Cup final and Andy Linnigan getting that header, man. Just one of the greatest moments in Arsenal's history. Ian Wright was a hero to most black kids. He was mine. Both his books are a good read. Yeah, totally agree, man. Like there wasn't too many of us on the TV, so you sort of just loved any of them that you saw. So Mark Bright, Ian Wright, Les Ferdinand,
Ro-
um, Rocastle, like you're saying, yeah, Michael Thomas, Davis, um, Des Walker, just those guys are those guys just bring back so much memories and yeah, it's just nice to. I mean, I lived in Tottenham my whole life, so I was just around black people, white people. I was just around everyone in it, so it wasn't like I needed to see those people on screen because I was always seeing them off screen, like people like that anyway. But it just always gave you hope. I think gave a lot of people hope seeing them on the screen. So
and when
we
you compare it to them, it's not the
Kevin
same.
Campbell,
But when you've got Michael Jackson, I mean not Michael
yeah.
Jackson, Michael Jordan. Sorry, he
Mm.
was our Michael Jordan. I don't know why I said Michael. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like he was our Michael Jordan. When you're
yeah,
playing playground football, backstreet football, whatever, as an Arsenal supporter, that's the first name that would always come to your mind when you're pretending to be a striker.
yeah.
So yeah,
No, I totally agree, man. Like, I just Ian Wright, man, he's just the best, man. He was the best. All right, we've been through all of our topics, so something that I want to introduce is doing a Spursy. So we're going to give this award to someone that's done something stupid for the week or the worst player of the week. Who's been your worst player of the week. So if you take the last 2 or 3 games, say over the last 7 days, who would be doing a Spursy? So someone that's bottled it, someone that's just made loads of mistakes, someone that just can't, they crumble in the big games. Who would you give it to?
Arsenal in general?
Arsenal. It's going to be Arsenal today.
I wasn't
We'll
sure.
open it up next week, but for today it's Arsenal.
You've got me on the spot here because I can't think who's really had a stinker because we've played.
It's really hard to be winning, isn't it?
It's difficult. I mean, on the weekend, who was in? It'd have to be someone from the weekend, but
yeah. Guys, anyone in the comments, let us know who's been the worst player of the week. So who's been doing a Spursy?
Whilst you could give it to Gabriel, it'd be a bit harsh because he hasn't been playing.
Yeah, it was a bit harsh.
I mean, that's what would come to mind because the own goal happened because of him, but at the same time, he hasn't been playing. And again, Luiz is an easy target, but he's been protected by Holding, and he was protected by Gabriel in the previous game. It's I don't know. It's difficult to pick someone really. And an easy target, but yeah, I guess Willian by default.
Yeah,
by default, Willian.
I was going to give it to David Luiz just because of his performance yesterday. Like, kept trying to give him goals, man. He just kept giving him the ball. Don't know what he was on yesterday. So I'm giving my doing a Spursy award to David Luiz for yesterday's performance and the fact that he was trying his hardest to let Southampton score. Laurie says he's giving it to Willian by default. Don't think many of us can argue with that. I think he should be getting it. While Arsenal winning, I think we should just be giving it to Willian. Because right now, apart from that Fulham game at the start of the season, I can't remember anything good or positive he has done while he has been playing. Just on another quick one, Pepe yesterday was probably the best we've seen him play in a while. Could possibly be his best game in an Arsenal shirt. Not quite sure. I need to remember games before. Maybe Man City in the semi-final, he had a good game, and in the final against Chelsea, actually had a good game. But Pepe, yeah, it's encouraging, but again, you don't want to get too excited too soon, and then he just goes back to what he's been doing. But how do you rate his performances? Like, is it just a mixed bag for you?
Literally, it is a mixed bag, but as you said yesterday, he played the game of his life, and if he's playing again on Saturday, hopefully we do the same performance because we gotta be smart in terms of do we want to expose our right wing? Do we want to expose the right side of him and Bellerin linking up together? Because we will get exposed, but Man United won't let that slide.
Yeah.
So do we let? I understand when a lot of our fan base again are like, he hasn't had a run of form and games and whatever. Whilst the momentum's there, I would play him, but the worry is if he slips away and he drifts out and he leaves that space, it's going to be a hard game. I mean, I don't expect an easy game anyway on the weekend, but I don't know. Based on if we're going to start picking players on form, then yes, he's in the team for me. So, and if he can get certain attributes of his game right, then definitely we can still get the best out of him. Whilst we got him, there's still a chance.
Yeah,
I mean, there's still a chance we can get the best out of him, but
yeah, he's just a nutmeg guy, man. I love it when he just nutmegs people for fun. Yesterday, he nutmegged 2 guys in a row. It's just banter, man. Like sometimes he makes it look like it's so easy for him, but then other times he just looks disinterested, like he's forgot how to play football. But yesterday was encouraging. I think he does need now a run of 5-6 games, but as you said, you can't be a passenger in this team, so you have to perform at the moment. So hopefully he gets in the next game. So yeah, the last thing, obviously, small game against Man United on Saturday. Laurie, what do you think is going to happen? Everybody in the comments, let us know what you think the result's going to be on Saturday. But yeah, Laurie, you go.
It's a game that can go either way. It is literally
it can only go 2 ways, can't it? Or 3 ways.
The cliche of you don't know what Arsenal's going to turn up, but then you can say the same argument for United.
Yeah,
but
I mean, it's
where like
it's,
you said earlier, basically, you said it earlier. If it's a game that if we lose, we move on. If we win, then it's what we do on Tuesday. So it's pretty much down to that more than anything.
Yeah, either way, that Wolves game is a bigger game.
I think it's more for the rivals and the banter. That's we know all the post-match shows that we watch or that we're involved in. It's more going to be about that than anything. I think it's the pride. It's the pride. Pride rather than what happens. But if we can win that game and win the Wolves game, again, we're climbing up the table. We're getting into a better position than we was last season. So keeping the momentum going is the most important thing.
Definitely.
If Tierney's back, Tierney and Pepe on that side, definitely. Yeah. And then Saka in the team. If Smith Rowe's fit, we don't know Smith Rowe. Again, that's another worry. If Smith Rowe and Partey are going to be fit for the game.
No, I think they're both fit. I think he was saying, especially with Partey, he just said he was tired. Obviously, he's come back from an injury, so he just looked tired. Smith Rowe looked like a little bit of a muscle tightness there. But yeah, we just need both of them. But I think we can. I don't think we could play without both of them. But one of them, I think we could survive without. Like
literally, where you can't predict the scoreline until you see the lineup. For me,
Laurie, you're bottling it, man. You're doing a Spursy, man. That's a bottle job, man.
I don't know.
I'll give it to Laurie for doing a Spursy now, man.
You can't do that to me. For me, literally, it's a line. I can't call it until I see a lineup. I want to say 2-1 to us, but I've got confidence.
Why not going 1-0 Arsenal? I'm going 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, I've got confidence we can do it. Not because all banter aside.
Yeah,
it's as I said. It depends on who's called the lineup for Saturday, and if we can keep Bruno out of the game. Because Bruno is going to be key to the game. Bruno and Rashford, I think, are going to be key.
Well, in the big games, he doesn't play well. He just gets goals. That's what we need to be careful of. Murner says 2-1 Man United.
Behave yourself.
Behave yourself.
Man United supporter.
That's me. Can't just come up on the channel chatting crazy talk.
We don't want to have negativity around here.
That's mad negativity, man. You know, I'm gonna take it off the screen, man. You know, that's not welcome around here, man. Jason's gone 1-1. Got to shoot, boys. Big gun and Laurie. Great stream. Keep up the good work, and I'll catch you boys on the next stream. Thank you so much, Jason. Same time next week. We are going to wrap it up now anyway, so you're not going to be missing much. Thank you again, Murno, as well, for coming in.
So funny.
We appreciate everybody for coming on the show, leaving comments. Laurie, what is your result? What's going to be the result?
I have to go with my heart. My heart's telling me 2-1 Arsenal.
Thank you. There we go. So far we've got 2-1, 2-1. So that's 4-2. Murno said 2-1. So that's 5-3. Why not say 1-0? 6-3 Arsenal. No, and Jason said 1-1. So 7-4 to Arsenal. That is going to be the score. You heard it first. Arsenal 7, Man United 4. Again, please, while you're here, everybody hit the like button to the video. We want to keep bringing you the content. Please subscribe to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to be talking more than it's mainly Arsenal, but we're going to be talking about all the other teams as well. So if you want to come in, if you want to join in, please just send me a DM and we'll get you on. We will open it up. We don't want too many people on at once, but we'll open it up so 1 or 2 people could come on at a time and have your say on Arsenal and have your say on whatever you want to talk about. Laurie, tell us where we can find you, bro.
Socials you can see up there. On Twitter, Laurie Nix, 2 X's. Can find me on here. So this is a new thing for us.
Yeah.
Big respect to everyone that's come on today. It's only our second collaboration together, but it's definitely something we've been trying to work on and building up our little platforms.
Yeah.
But this is the way forward for us. But this will definitely be a regular show. So you got this one. Thank you again, Myrna.
We've got more things coming, but we're not going to tell you. You need to go onto our Twitter. So either go to Laurie Nix with 2 X's or go to Big Gunner TV. We've got a couple of announcements coming in the next, I would say, 5 to 10 minutes. So please head over to there now and you'll see lots of interesting things coming up. But thank you again for everybody that's liked, subscribed, that's come watch today, that's left comments. Have a good evening and let's hope Sheffield United can hold out for the next 45 minutes because that will be a big result for them and a terrible result for Man United and all those Man United fans screaming 21-21. They will be forced to sit down for the night. So, guys, this has been the OG show. I'm Big Gunner. Who are you?
I'm Realistic Gunner. Laurie.
Yeah. And as I said, we're the OGs. And see you next week, 8:30 every week.
UTA.